5 years ago, we met an 8-year-old boy named Rex, who seemed to embody in one small person some of the most intriguing mysteries of the human mind. How it is that stunning ability and profound disability can coexist in the same person. Rex was born blind with brain damage so severe, his mother Kathleen was told he may never walk, talk, or do much of anything. And yet he has talent beyond anything most of us can imagine. We were so captivated by Rex that we decided to follow him, to keep coming back to see what the years would bring. The last time we visited Rex and his mom, he was 10. Today, he's 13 and as joyful as ever. But before you meet Rex today, meet Rex as we first did.
Hi, Leslie.
Hi, Rex. How are you?
I'm fine, and hi, Leslie.
Hi.
Rex Lewis-Clack then, as now, was a study in contrast.
Can we shake hands?
Yes.
Blind and full of enthusiasm,
It's good to see you, Leslie.
yet unable to dress himself or even carry on a basic conversation.
Leslie,
Yes.
I did a wonderful job standing on the carpet.
Rex is a musical savant, one of a handful of people in the world who share a mysterious combination of blindness, mental disability, and musical genius.
Good job.
Amazing.
Music seemed to be Rex's only real connection to the world, to normalcy. And the question was how far it could take him. Well, here he is 5 years later at 13, playing Debussy for audiences around the country. He's grown more than a foot since we saw him last, and his technique on the piano has improved dramatically. But the answer to how far Rex has come is more complex, like the savant mystery itself. But Rex is full of positive surprises, too, like defying the conventional wisdom that savants can only parrot back what they hear.
Repeat it again.
Every Saturday, Rex spends 4 hours with David Pinto, who has started an Academy of Music for the Blind and is helping Rex turn his improvisations
Now do a B part.
into original pieces of music.
He's composed about a dozen wonderful little piano pieces that are perfect for intermediate students. I had him play them into the computer so he could print it out, and
Oh, look at this.
we got a little book here.
These are Rex's compositions.
Right, and they're delightful.
Do you think he's truly creative?
Yes, Rex is beginning to be a little composer.
See, that's the way to do it. You accent the main note, which is the second note.
The big challenge for Rex as a musician, David believes, is a bit of a paradox. The savant gift that gives him such prodigious talent also robs him of some of what makes music so powerful to the rest of us, real emotion.
Again, to convey emotion in a piece, you need loudness and softness and crescendos and decrescendos. It's amazing to me that he doesn't naturally take to those things.
Staccatissimo.
Is it that he doesn't hear them?
No, he's hearing them, but they're not important to him. These are emotional things. These is conveying meaning.
14-year-old Rachel Flowers is much higher functioning than Rex. We first met 3 years ago when she and Rex worked on movement together with David. Back then, Rachel had just begun teaching herself to play the flute. Today, she's composing elaborate pieces of music for jazz ensembles, recording every track herself.
You're doing it all at once.
Yeah.
And you're even talking to me at the same time.
Yeah. Would you call Rachel talented?
I would call her super talented.
Is it possible that you can teach Rex to imitate emotion?
Yes, and I think, like all things, there's a hope that imitation will lead to understanding.
It's still very hard for him to be friends, to have that deep connection With Rex, you never know when there's going to be a breakthrough, as Kathleen learned from David Pinto about something she'd given up on because of Rex's continuing aversion to touching things.
I saw this twinkle between David and his wife, and what's going on? They said, well, we were going to keep it as a surprise for you, but Rex is reading Braille. I said, first, I didn't believe it. I said, I'd like to see that now.
She didn't believe you.
No, we had to show him reading the letters and the
To
words.
prove it to her.
And at that point, you know, to see the tears in her eyes, well, she was deeply moved.
This was huge.
Yeah, it was.
And you are
Can you read a book?
Sure. He finished his first book this summer.
close quotation mark.
Frog and Toad are friends.
Every now and then he would, while he was playing, get very excited and make a noise and go, yes! And he'd have a look of joy and fun.
I mean, that's what's wonderful. His joy, his laughter. He loves music.
You could see it.
It's so big in him.